What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everybody tuning in. Oh, we gonna talk about this. I waited a couple of days because this went viral, super viral. I believe Saturday. Might have been the day before that. There was a guy on Twitter that was ranting about his wife. This woman right here, messing around with Steve Smith, and it was kind of a small thing, right? It was sort of like him ranting on Twitter, but it blew up despite people in the comment sections trying to clown him. The story has blew up to the point to where I believe he had a phone conversation with Steve Smith, and Steve Smith apologized to him. Listen, I don't know what you make of that, what you will, but I will say this. Steve Smith definitely likes women who looks like his wife. There's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that he's getting with a woman who's married, has a whole family, and she works for the Ravens organization, and he's a part of it, even though he works for the NFL Network, I believe. He still does things with the Baltimore Ravens. He's a former Carolina Panther great. He built his entire career as an NFL wide receiver as a part of the Panthers organization. Then he ended up going to the Baltimore Ravens. But he has, I guess, a closer connection with the Ravens now. So maybe that's how they met. But this to me is crazy for a lot of different reasons, because people are clowning the husband, asking why is he putting this out here? Why not? We are in a clout era. Women put men on blast all the time. And that's what her husband decided to do, this particular woman here. And from some of the excerpts that I've seen, apparently he knocked her IUD out, which is not a very comfortable feeling. And the text messages just showed that, they were writing explicit poetry to each other. Now, I don't know how the husband found out. Maybe she wouldn't give the husband none and he got suspicious. I told you about the IUD. And maybe she was just on her phone just a little bit too much. See, this is why you can't trust women these days. You look at this woman, she looks like, a middle-aged house mom. But even she could get out there and get in these streets. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. I'm telling you right now, no married woman no marriage is safe out here in this social media era. She had an opportunity to live out a lifelong dream of linking up with a NFL football player. Because remember this, she works for a football organization. She's around these athletes all the time. Most times they don't show her no attention, but she's probably always had this craving to get with an NFL player, and she got her chance. And now she getting exposed all over. And Steve Smith as well, because Steve, he has this family. He talks about how, his wife has been such a monumental in his life. And then he gets cold exposed like this, and all he can do is apologize. That's crazy. He put up no resistance as far as denying it, because he had the messages. But I don't know if he lives in Baltimore. I believe she might live in that area. I don't know if he lives there. I don't know how they're able to cheat with each other with the fact that he works as an NFL analyst. But we're going to get into this because this is a crazy story. It's according to Yahoo. In a series of explosive social media posts on February 22nd, Tony Martinez publicly accused former Baltimore Ravens wide receiver and current NFL Network analyst Steve Smith Sr. of engaging in an affair with his wife, Nicole Martinez. The allegations, which were shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, have since sparked widespread conversation and media speculation. Tony Martinez took to X to bring his accusations to light, tagging several major media outlets. My wife works for the marching Ravens, at Ravens. She met Steve Smith Sr. at work. Steve Smith has been expletive. My wife, I got receipts. I got a lot more, homie. Martinez alleged that his wife, Nicole Martinez, met Steve Smith Sr. while working with the Marching Ravens, an organization dedicated to enhancing the football atmosphere at Baltimore Ravens home games through musical entertainment. According to Martinez, the alleged affair began during Smith's tenure with the team, which spanned from 2014 to 2016. So I'm assuming that's where it started. So they've been messing around ever since. To support his accusation, Martinez shared a series of screenshots allegedly depicting explicit text messages enhanced between his wife and Smith Sr. He also posted a video which he confronted Smith in a phone call. In a recording, a voice resembling Smith repeatedly says, "I'm sorry." However, the authenticity of the phone call has not been independently verified. I haven't heard the audio. I've seen excerpts of people saying it. I didn't want to listen to it, but I may play it in this particular video here so y'all can get the gist and y'all can judge. Further intensify the situation, Martinez released a video on X where he confronted Smith about the alleged affair. In a brief clip, a voice Martinez claims belongs to Smith can be heard apologizing multiple times before the call abruptly ends after approximately 90 seconds. See, that's the text messages there, and this must be the video clip here.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been fucking my wife, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You fucking knew she was married. You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr. What kind of dumb shit was that? Why are you quiet, man? Be a fucking man. Steve. You ain't a fucking man, bro. All that shit you do on fucking TV, all that shit talking you do to other people. Now someone's got you on the fucking phone, you can't even fucking man up.
Now, from that excerpt, and we're listening to it live together, that sounds like Steve Smith. Because I've listened to Steve Smith over the years. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, yes. And I've heard numerous interviews. I've heard him in different inflections of his voice. I've heard him in interviews. I've heard him post-game. I've heard him trash-talking people on the field. That sounds like Steve Smith. Because it sounds like somebody that got caught. When you get caught, a lot of times, you don't know what to say. Let me get this whole screen. You don't know what to say. And so you don't say anything. And that's what it seems like happened there. He realized he was caught and there was nothing for him to say. He just said, "I'm sorry." Then he listened. He hung up the phone. That sounded like Steve Smith because I've heard him throughout the years. That sounded like Steve because I know how Steve sounds. And you could tell Steve did not want to answer the phone. Dude probably was blowing his phone up. The video quickly went viral, sparking heated discussions online. However, it still remains unclear whether the voice on the call indeed belongs to Steve. Well, it sounded like him. It sounded like Steve Smith, as no independent verification has been provided. Following the release of the video, Martinez responded to critics on social media with a defiant message stating, "For those saying divorce her, yeah, no, bleep. For those saying looks worse on me, I ain't got nothing to lose." As announced, Steve Smith Sr. has not issued any public statement addressing the allegations. The former NFL star is widely known for his outspoken nature, both on and off the field, making his silence all more notable. Smith, who played for the Baltimore Ravens from 2014 to 2016, following a 13-season career with the Carolina Panthers, is celebrated as one of the most accomplished wide receivers in NFL history. He is a Panthers all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. In 2025, he was named a finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, further solidifying his legacy in the sport. He's a Hall of Famer in more ways than one. Smith has been married to his wife, Angie Smith, since 2000, and the couple shares 4 children, Peyton, Bailey, Boston, and Steve Jr. Despite the growing speculation and public scrutiny, neither Smith nor Angie has commented on the situation. Nicole Martinez is reportedly a member of the marching band for the Ravens. I already went through that. That's the husband there. That's the guy who's going off. He's angry. Details about her relationship with Tony Martinez have also emerged. The couple reportedly met on Tinder in 2020, and their connection quickly blossomed into a loving relationship. In 2021, they welcomed their first child together. Despite the current controversy, Nicole has not publicly addressed her accusation. So they met on Tinder. So he met her online, bro. She was already Steve Smith's side chick before you got with her. It wasn't like you was with this woman for 10, 15 years, bro. You met her during the pandemic. You met her on Tinder while she was Steve Smith's side piece. Let me tell y'all, a lot of you dudes are wifing up side chicks, especially if you're meeting her off Tinder. Listen, why would you wife a woman from Tinder? Is it really that bad out here? You're wifing a woman from Tinder. I don't think it's going to work out that well. So they met in 2020, and that's when it looks like they got married soon after that. That's crazy. You married a woman you barely knew. Then you had a child with her in 2021. That relationship was moving quick. But let me tell you something. Nothing good happens when you meet a woman offline. This guy got with Steve Smith's long-term side chick. She probably been messing around with Steve before you even met her. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these chicks will be sleeping with different men while seeking long-term relationships. Now, there are women out there that will shut down those relationships, those side situations after they get into a relationship, right? Like she did, but she didn't. She kept messing around with Steve Smith because remember, she's met and started dealing with Steve Smith while he was a Baltimore Raven. So they could have been messing around for over a decade. And that happens a lot. There's a lot of women out here, and I'm telling you dudes, if you see women who are constantly dating online, that's because they already are dealing with somebody. And because they've been dealing with that man for so long, they don't really know how to go out and meet new people. So they hop on these dating apps. Because with these dating apps, they feel like they have more power and say so and can pick and choose, right? And these women are very conflicted because they already dealing with somebody on the side, but that person is married probably. She got with Steve Smith while he was married. She knew that he was never leaving his wife. And she got with, this husband, quote unquote husband, because she didn't want to stop dealing with him. But she knew that she knew Steve Smith wasn't going to leave his wife. And so she had to do something. And she got with this guy and the relationship moved fast, right? Now, maybe her and Steve Smith, lost touch with each other. Maybe her and Steve Smith stopped dealing with each other. And that opened a lane for her to get into this new relationship. And, like most men, the Steve Smith, he thought this one belonged to him. And he sees her in this marriage And he's like, oh no, that's my side chick. That's my side chick. Why you marrying this man? You know you're my side chick. While he has a whole wife at home and a whole family. Listen, man, this is what happens. See, when you married men like Steve Smith, y'all try to have these side relationships for like 10, 15 years, you're going to get exposed eventually. You're going to get exposed eventually. That's why I'm telling you right now, these women, if you're a married man and you're in the public eye and you had this long-term side chick, if she gets into a relationship marriage, you better drop her, because if her husband finds out like this guy did, he's going to expose it. That's why Steve Smith hasn't said anything publicly, because he's trying to fix things with his wife. He should have just cut bait with her as soon as she got with this other guy. Now, it could have been a situation where she was contacting him, but if you're not engaging in any relations with her, then there's no way that, you can get caught up in anything. But, Steve Smith has an ego. He has a Napoleon complex. So I think that he liked the fact that he was messing around with a woman that had a husband. But now it's come back to bite him. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, and I'll see y'all next.